This one?
Mm-hmm. That's mine. Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. We're about to start this press conference, so please put your phone on silence. I would like to welcome everyone to this Match Day -1 press conference with Team Wales. Today we have head coach Rob Page. Welcome, coach.
Thank you.
Before we open the floor for questions, I would like to remind you that we have simultaneous translation available with the FIFA app. And now I'll open the floor for questions. Please raise your hand, wait for the microphone, introduce yourself, and say the language in which you will be speaking. Where do we start? Okay, we'll start here in the middle, please.
Hello, Rob.
Hi, Gareth.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
That's not the question. How's the team? Can we start with injuries? Joe Allen, can he make it or not?
No, we said from the start we're going to give every possible chance that we can to get him to play that first game. He's probably not going to make it, if I'm being completely honest with you. We could have pushed him, maybe, but then, you know, if he breaks down, he's definitely out then of the tournament, let alone the second game. So, risk and reward. We don't. Yes, we'd have liked him available for the first game, but we're not going to push him to the point of completely losing him.
Can I cheekily have just one quick more, Rob? The armband, it's important. I know it's important to you. Have FIFA tried to stop you wearing the armband tomorrow night?
No. We've said that the One Love armband is what we'll wear, and it's no different for us.
Okay, sorry. You have to raise your hand before we hand you the microphone. We'll take next question. Next question in the back.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Simon Davies from BBC Wales. Just forgive me, Rob, I can see Gareth's name on the podium. Is everything okay? He's obviously conspicuous by his absence there. No,
you'll be seeing him shortly.
Yeah. Just reflect on your journey, Rob. You know, it's been a dramatic one as Wales manager. And when you think back to your time as a player and then, of course, at Port Vale and Northampton and how far you've come, how do you feel being sat there now in front of the world's media?
Well, extremely proud, of course. I think it's important that I had a decent career, a decent enough career. I didn't play at the top level all my career. I retired at 35. Going straight into management, I'd done the hard yards, put it that way. I was youth team coach at Port Vale, a League Two football club. Progressed up to the first team at Port Vale, saw promotions, took over as manager, went to Northampton, didn't quite work out for me. But it's important as a coach that you do those hard yards, and the lessons I've learned from that were invaluable for me, and it's held me in good stead then going into the international scene and being the under-21s manager and overseeing the intermediate groups, the younger age groups, and then developing within that system then through to the first team. It's been a natural progression through. The players know me inside out, the young ones that I work with and the senior ones have respect for me, and I think that's why we've had success doing it.
Before we continue, I'd like to thank all the photographers for your participation. No more photos moving forward. You're welcome to stay in the room.
Hi, Rob.
Hello, Rob.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm very well. Not as good as you, though, I'm sure. A couple of things from me. One, it's a late kick-off here tomorrow night, but have you stayed on British time? And also, the USA was saying they've got the second youngest squad in the World Cup. In contrast, you've got players who've been at 3 major tournaments now. Do you see that playing in your favour, and how do you see it panning out?
Yeah, with regards to the time, we for the first day we stayed on British time. We've slowly chipped away at the hours over the last couple of days that we've been here, so we're at local time now. With regards to the experience that we've got in the squad, of course it's going to hopefully hold us in good stead. Speaking of Gareth on the way in now, you know, every tournament that they have, and it's nice for Wales to say that third consecutive tournament, that they're learning, you know, more and more about themselves, about the environment, these senior players. So for us to be able to expose our younger players to that experience in Baku when we were out there for the Euros, hopefully they'll have learned from those experiences, and again will help them coming into this tournament. So yeah, hopefully it'll benefit us. But let's take nothing away from the USA. They've got a very, very good squad. they've been here before numerous times, and yeah, we'll have to be at our very, very best to compete with them.
Hi, Rob.
Hi.
Yeah, we're just looking at Kieffer Moore, and it was being talked about at the USA press conference in terms of his abilities in the Premier League. Can you give us an insight into how he's so difficult to handle for international sides, and what it's taken for him to get where he has from non-league football to a World Cup?
Well, it's a great. You talk about my story. Kieffer's is a great story, isn't it? From the level he's come at, and he's worked hard, and you know, he's a top professional. First and foremost, he's a top professional. So there's no luck in this game with regards to Kieffer. He's earned the right to be playing top international football and in the Premier League and scoring goals in the Premier League. He's got different strengths, attributes to the way you want to play. Sometimes it suits you, sometimes it doesn't. Speaking from a centre-half's point of view as well, he's more than a handful to play against, because he's not just a physical presence. There's a lot more to his game. I've said this time and time again. He's a willing runner. His link-up play is very good. You know, if the ball goes into the box from wide areas, he's a constant threat. And I'm really pleased for him on the journey he's been on, and deserves all the praise and credit he's getting.
Next question. Okay, here in the front, please.
Hello there, Jeremy Armstrong from the Daily Mirror. I was at the airport this morning seeing all the Wales fans come in, scores of them, and what struck me was just the dedication, how much they've spent, thousands and thousands of pounds. Obviously, really tough times back home. I'm wondering if you're conscious beyond football of raising the spirits of the nation, really, and you know, cost of living crisis and all that, just giving them something to smile about, Rob.
Yeah, I got nothing but praise for the Red Wall, honestly, for our supporters. I think I've said it in the past, they've played a massive part in helping us qualify for the World Cup, and the commitment again that they continue to show by coming to support us is incredible. You know, we haven't qualified for too many major tournaments, and I guess they just want to be a part of it. Even the most recent one in the Euros, because of COVID, they couldn't travel. So I guess that's probably prompted more to want to come to Qatar to support us. And I got nothing but praise for them and respect. Like I said, it's a big, big commitment, and I want to thank them on behalf of the players as well for their support. Thank you.
Next question in the back.
Ian Mitchell, More Media Wales. Rob, good afternoon. Yeah. The players have regularly spoken about how emotional they were before that game against Slovakia in Euro 2016. When it comes to your final words to them tomorrow, how do you get that balance of making sure they're fired up but not overly emotional?
Well, I've spent the last week with them, and they're ready. They're absolutely ready. So we want you to fire them up. They're ready for the game. You know, we've got a game plan. We've done a lot of analysis on the first game, and they're ready for the game. Like I said, they've waited a long time for it. It's been a difficult process to get here, and with the emotions that we had to manage in the Ukraine game in the final for us, I thought the lads showed true class on that day as well, and showed that they can manage the emotions in the game, and it'll be no different tomorrow evening. My team talk will come from the heart again, and yeah, we're all looking forward to the kick-off now.
Rob, it's Gary Jacob from the Times. Could you go back to Kieffer? Obviously, we saw at the Euros where he got the booking, and then he couldn't get booked again. Have you done any special work with him to kind of help him out here in terms of with the referees, or have you with the referees meeting that you think that Kieffer's not going to kind of get booked through something that's nothing to do with him?
No, he's naturally going to pick bookings up. There's not a nasty bone in his body, I promise you. He might look like it. He's a giant of a man, but he is not. There's not a nasty bone in his body. He does never ever intentionally elbow somebody. It's just the nature of the size that he is. It's funny, we had a referees meeting in the week, and you know, we were going through the bookings and accidental bookings and potential. If your arm's up, it can hit somebody in the face. If it hits him in the face, it's a potential red card. Well, he's at more risk of doing that because of his purely because of his size, and we raised that point to them. So it's, you know, one game we had to ask him to jump without using his arms. We can't continue to do that. As everybody knows, you need leverage to be able to jump. So we're not worried about that. He's going to pick up accidental bookings, but like I said, if I thought for 1 minute he was doing it intentional, then I'd be having a word and try to help him change his game. But he's not like that. He's not that person.
Next question, here in the front. Thank you.
Hi Rob, Martin Blackburn from The Sun. How do you see the group that you've been put in, Rob? A lot of people think that England are the favourites. What do you make of it?
Well, yeah, you look at England and USA, and naturally people will be talking about them as the top two, and ourselves in Iran then. But we know on our day, we've proven in the Nations League against Belgium, against a very good Dutch team, that we can more than compete as well. So, look, we're new to the tournament, and there might be a few surprises along the way. So there's no pressure on us. We're going to enjoy it, but we're going to compete. And I said to the group, I've said before in the press, we're not here to make the numbers up. We're here because we've earned the right to be here. We're a good team, and I want to go and show the world now how good we are.
Hi Rob, James Nursey from the Mirror.
Hi James.
It's apparently the referee's been named today. It's a Qatari referee. Any thoughts on that? And also, America were on the stage ahead of you, and they said they thought Wales would be, quote, very physical, quote. Is that a fair assessment?
Very physical. Okay. Look, no opinion on the referee. It's we can't influence that at all. You know. But with regards to the physicality, we've got a way of playing over the last couple of years that's got a success, and we won't come away from that. We've got an identity. We work extremely hard for each other, and we've got quality on the pitch that can hurt teams. We've got players playing in the Premiership, doing well. So, yeah, we'll have a game plan that we think will go out and compete with a very, very good USA team.
We can take one more question. Here in the middle, please.
Rob, you okay?
Hi.
Just in terms of the enormity of it all, have you felt that since being here, and obviously like Mark Drayford's here today and things, just what have you made of it all so far?
No, it's been great. Honestly, the hotel, we're really pleased with the hotel. The lads are so relaxed in the hotel. So that environment that we talk about back home, we've continued to be able to do that here. We're really pleased with the training ground. As it's getting closer to game day, of course, there's more being spoken about it, like the press conferences today, and it becomes real all of a sudden. But no, the camp's really relaxed. But trust me, tomorrow, right before the game, they'll be ready for it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Coach. With this, we conclude the first part of this press conference. Then in a couple of minutes, we'll have player Gareth Bale.
Thank you.